Hey guys, Wandering Kid here. This is just going to be a one-off of Dungeon of the Endless, a little game I picked up, and I'm just having fun with, and I figured I'd show you guys. I'll explain the game as we go. Let's get this started. I've played a few rounds. I beat it once, barely. It's available on Steam. The general premise is a roguelike dungeon crawler with tower defense elements and some RPG elements. I've got a storyline I want to complete, so we'll grab Golgi and Skroig. Nope, these guys don't mean anything to you yet. Too easy is normal, easy is hard. If there's another level on it, I don't want to know, because easy right now still kicks my butt. The general premise is you just crash landed on a planet, and you have to get through a dungeon up 12 levels to get out and onto the surface and escape. This is your crystal, it powers everything. It's a resource style game. You've got 4 resources. The first one is raw materials. Wood, lumber, everything else. Just consider it industry and you're good to go. And industry builds everything else, so as usual you have to build that. The next one is science. You can't spend that unless you find artifacts of some kind inside your dungeon to work with, but it's good to start building that up. The next one up is food. Food lets you level your characters, recruit new characters, and in general just build up your stuff. You'll notice I'm lighting up rooms here. I'll explain how that works here shortly. Now, this is dust. Dust lets you light rooms, basically. Oh, I don't have enough industry to build the food module. Dust lets you turn on and off rooms, and lit rooms will not spawn enemy waves on you. So that's the idea behind lighting rooms and not lighting rooms. Eventually, after you get past the first level or two, this actually becomes a significant concern. As you'll notice, I've been fighting critters here and there as I go through. These are little critters that survive in different rooms. Sometimes you find a room like this, it's already pre-lit for you. Well, let's keep going this way. The layout of every dungeon is randomized on entry. I can't power the room, I don't have enough dust. This is a science artifact. If we come in here, I can start looking at upgrades. I'll show you what I have already. Well, let's see, dust field's gonna be helpful. Well, let's slip back this way. So right now, I have level 1s on my 3 resource generators. Actually, I should be able to build this now. I don't have any support modules. My attack modules, the only one I have is a prisoner prod, basically. Attack power 8, so it does about 16 damage per round. It's a great start unit, it's not good late game. This is defensive or hindering minor modules, that's for later. And as you can see when I'm highlighting these, see all these little dots on the floor? This is where you can place them. So your big dots get what's inside your major modules. And here, let's go up here. So this big square in the middle, once the dust clears, that big square in the middle is where you can place major modules, and then I got 4 minor module slots around it that I can work with. Characters are interesting. You can heal them as you go for food. If you've used any of their active skill abilities, you can spend some science to reset them. You can dismiss them and get some food back. That's not useful until later when you start finding more heroes. You can level them up. Actually, we'll do that. And they have hit points, a regen stat, defense, speed. They give you the DPS for you between attack power and attack cooldown. Wit is used when operating machinery. I'll explain that in a little bit because Golgi can operate. And then you have like armor and devices you can add to them. Skroig can have a spear and a device. So each character has different items they can wield. There's 4 different weapon types in the game. Pistol, automatic, lance, and sword. That may expand in the future. If you go look for this on Steam, you'll... Whoops. I'll grab everybody. If you look for this on Steam, you'll see a lot of different expansions available for this game. this is the basic game. I didn't invest in anything. And the reason for that was I didn't see any real value. So here I just found a device. And you'll see how it says unlocks extenders. That gives me an extra ability. If you look over on the right, I have a question mark, as in I don't know what that does. I kind of do, but... So what extenders does is drops the heal cost for all the heroes on the floor by 10%. So it'll cost me 10% less food. Now, obviously that's going to be rounded, so that's not directly useful yet. The max hit points, however, doesn't hurt. There are speed keys. For example, if I double tap one, I go directly to the first guy. Double tap two, I go to the second. Here, for example, is a special ability I would be able to reset. Once I use that, it'll last for 8 seconds, the duration. The cooldown is 2 doors. A door is considered a turn in this game. That's when you get resources. That's when skills cool off, things of that nature. Let's see here. I'm going to go this way. You'll notice I'm not placing anything on the ground yet other than generators. And that's because the first couple of floors are usually short enough that I don't have to worry about it. At floor 3, you have to really start worrying about defending yourself. Okay, we just unlocked that. I'll send these guys back over here. Now, I think I should only have 4 more doors left, so there's really not a reason to go put up another generator. And the key to this game is defend this. This lets you power the ability to go to the next floor. I'll show you that here shortly. And it also holds all of your dust. You run out of dust, you die. No juice. You know what? I'm going to start stacking some more science. It wipes out my materials, but whatever. Now, Hollow Heroes I'm not a big fan of. I'd like to be able to open that up. Let me see. How many doors do I still have left? I've got at least 3 doors, so 54, 63. That's 60. Alright, we'll wait. Okay, so this is the exit room. Now, because the exit's here, I won't be able to build a minor module. Same way I can't build one in the science location, which is taking up the minor module slot. This has lots of little module points, though, which would have been nice for a defensive room somewhere. A room like this is very rare. 5 slots is about the most you usually see. Something like this is uncommon too, with 6. Yeah, so we'll just head over this way. We're up to enough food again. So I'm going to start upgrading. Now, as you can see, when I highlight level up, it's telling me that on my next level, I'll have another skill. If you look on the passive skill bar there. A little more food, I'll level him. Now, let me show you what it looks like when I actually use a skill. So if I click on him, let's see if I get into combat here. No, I don't. Oh, there we go. There's some combat. Now we'll come over here. Now if I check this, you'll see how it counts down, and what happens is all of my heroes in the room are getting that boost. Now, when I look at the tactical map, you notice these are all open doors. I have 1 door left to open up. Now, even though I opened up this room, that doesn't mean I opened up the door. So you can use them as pathing controls and turn controls. Now, if I come in here, as I just said, I've only got 1 turn left. And if we look in here, it's going to tell me 3 doors left. But because it's going to be the last door, it'll actually give you that research as if it'll run the timer out for me. So when I crack this, it tells me I open the last floor. I unlock my emergency generator. And what emergency generators do is for 100 in industry, I can put them in any room with a major module and I can power it without dust. It's more useful for defensive rooms or just to stop wave spawns. Alright, now what we have to do is we have to get out of here. The best method, let's see. Okay, I'm all... So, the first thing you want to make sure is you're lit along your path to the exit from the crystal. After that, you just want to keep the spawners as far as possible from it. Yeah, this looks good. I forget who's faster. Gorgias. Alright. So we'll put the Scroig up there, just because... Come on, girl, where are you? Get over here. And now she has her speed significantly reduced while she's carrying that. She's down to a speed of 18. Whereas Scroig, who was slower before, had a speed of 36. Now everything on the board is going to chase the person with the crystal. I'm just not worried about it on this level. Now once we're in here, everybody's in the room, we hit exit, and we go to the elevator. Now that we're on the elevator, if you have certain characters, like I said, I had a storyline between Scroig and, what's her name? Yeah. There's a storyline going, so I actually get a dialogue. She thinks she's a spider, he's a bug, they each want to eat each other. Load screens can take a bit, be aware. Now this game was released on October 27, 2014, from what I'm reading online. I don't know if that's true or not. But it went into Steam and it had early alpha access. And there were some bonuses and stuff like that you could get if you joined up. I think I have enough food, yeah. But this, as I said, this is just the base game. There's another crystal pack that's loaded in that you get to play a subgroup called the Vaulters. I don't know the history of the Endless. This is an entire world of sci-fi and things of that nature. I don't know what it's all about, to be honest with you. So I don't know what that truly means, but everybody in here has histories. For example, if I come to Golgi, burglar light on her feet, biggest problem, she's convinced she's a spider, da-da-da, things like that. So there is an entire history to this world. That's why it's Dungeons of the Endless. It's not an actual Endless dungeon. The world it's set in is called the Endless. Start generating science. Ah, useless room. I want to start generating food here shortly because on the second level I should start finding heroes that I can recruit. Speaking of science, what do I want? Let's get some blasters. The game does have some tongue-in-cheek humor. That's not good. So, because I have 48 dust, I can only light up 4 rooms. It's 10 dust, 1 room for every 10 dust you have, rounded down. Some things in this game round up, some round down. You gotta know which one you're looking at. So I was hoping to find another major module point in here so I can put a food generator in. And I can't light this room, so we're gonna keep going this way. Oh, little science booster. Hey, get back here, you. Where do you think you're going? Some guys go directly for your crystal. Some guys go directly after all your heroes. Like, these guys should go hero hunting. Alright. Now, after seeing that, I'm a little worried. So, that should slow him down. Run into another one. Alright, so both these rooms, there's no major module down here. I'm going to leave this as a wave spawn point, and we're going to head over here. Hopefully I can find some dust. There we go. So actually we're going to withdraw to the room where I put in some turrets. Now some of them will beat up on your actual major modules, which actually we're going to stop that from happening. I don't think either of my guys have repair yet, and I don't want to spend my food upgrading. That's not good. Right, so we'll put that in over there. I have some blasters now. They're AoE damage items. The damage ratio for zone damage, I've looked over the wiki. It's not clear if there's known information for it. I haven't found it. That may be my fault rather than the wikis. I'm not sure. So, like if we see in here, there's 3 slots that I can put minor modules in. So if I load this up, I should be able to blow up a bunch of these guys. Now, I did just wipe out my industry, but that's okay. Let's come up here. Let's see if there's anything else researchable. A 1 to 3 on food replicators. That's nice. To get to 65, though, 35 in a turn will take me 6 turns. 7 doors. Yeah, I'm not having a lot of faith in being able to get to that value to the end of the board. But a 2-level jump is always nice to find. Let me see if I can find another place to put up another science module. Now, okay, over here. I don't want to open up the door next to the crystal again until I know I've got dust for that room. Of course, I found another science module. Wonderful. So if I come over here, you notice these are going off and blowing things up. So they just help defend the wave coming into here. There is a mob called a Silic Zoner that loves to eat these things, so you just got to be aware of that. Now, even though I opened this room up, I can't use it. A, I don't have the dust. B, I've got something blocking me. Wonderful. And this is basically the game. This is part of the decision and the strategy of the game. It's balancing your resources over what you have open and where you can actually block things from coming in. Now, you can use heroes to block rooms. So if I put a hero into a darkened room, the room won't spawn critters for me. And I just want to confirm that I got enough firepower in there. Barely. That works. Now I've opened up all the way over to here, and I still don't have a major module point. Well, frustrating. Alright. I do have an extra slot here, though. So I'm going to come down here. Now, one of the things to know about these industry slots is they start off at 20 points for your base industry, and they go up by 5 for each one of the industry slots you build. Anytime you build a module, everything goes up by 5 points. The only 2 exceptions to that are the land module and the tactical module, which we'll get to at some point. Maybe not in this playthrough, though. There we go. So I have just enough to put up another science. And I just picked up a Soul Taker, which is a blade, which none of my guys can use. There we go. Now, as you can see, I'm getting little dust points as I kill critters. Some of that has to do with, like, you have skills. Every critter has a chance to drop you some dust, and you can improve that depending on the skills and equipment you're wearing on your characters. Alright, so I know I have at least 3 doors. I'm getting 9 per turn now. That would be 65, so 56, 65. In 2 turns, I'm going to open that one up for food. Let's see, how do I want to do this? So here's an example of what I was talking about. If I put Scroig into this room, and I go grab Golgi, you see he's lighting the room up. That means nothing will spawn in there. That'll just lower the volume of spawn I'm getting from this direction. Let's go crack a door. Alright, that's a skill. And I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so what skills are, excuse me, not skills, skills. They are random things that last for some amount of turns while you're in the dungeon. So, for example, this will last 3 doors. It just zeroed out all of my food, but I'm getting 0.5 food per killed monster. It's kind of a catch-22. Alright, so I've got another dust door. I'm a little low on industry, so I don't want to start building up turrets over here right now. I need 1 more turn for my science. Let's head over here. Now I can turn on and off rooms at whim, so You can move them around if you need to. Ah, there's the exit. And no wave spawn. Okay, waves do not spawn every turn. There is a chance per turn for a wave. Alright, let's go get that food processor kicked off. Let's come down here. I'm going to light that room up just to lower the volume of waves coming from that direction while I open this up. You see him making a run at my crystal? He's got to go. Now I can't have them take out my food processor there, so my guys are going to run. Don't know if they're going to get there in time. Maybe. Yes, barely. Alright. So now I'm going to turn that room off. Turn this one on, because I've got, like, no defenses down here. At least up here I've got this. Well, if that food generator goes, it goes. Right now that Stell is still screwing me up. Let's see, 38. There is nothing I can open up for 9 science, I don't think. Minimum would be 29 for the smoking gun, which is just basically a autocannon. Or a machine gun, excuse me. Mechanical pals can be very helpful, but I'm not going to hit 35 before the end of this board. Alright, so let's head down here. You know what? Let's give him a fighting chance. No, stop running. You have to be very careful when you're building things as to which characters you have selected, if any. Just be aware of that. Because at some point I'm going to open up Operator on her. And then I'll show you what that does here eventually. Oh, I got a football whistle. Let's see, this gives me defensive 8. So we'll just stick that on there. Where is my hireable character? Maybe in here? Okay, so I just popped the last door. Ah, there you are. Ah, Mizzy. I'll take you on. Up here. Mizzy's slow but powerful. She's actually a spellcaster who's sharing planar space with a demon. Alright, so let's get some levels up. So here's the Operate skill, and I'll show you what Operate does here shortly. For the moment, though, we gotta get out of here. Let's see, so the exit's over there. Let's shut off these rooms. There we go. Alright. Mizzy's slow, so we're just gonna send her there. We'll leave you here as a defender. We'll bring him down to the room, grab the crystal, snag it, start running. And I'll use Scroig here as a rear guard. So as you can see, all the dark rooms start spawning critters to chase me. And I'll run into that little pocket. Alright, we're safe, we're good. Time to get out of here. So the dialogue continues on different elevator rides for their story. And yet another loading screen. So here we are. I come in, and if you notice on my first room, I've got 3 doors going out. Let's take a gamble and try that way. Nice, dead end off the gate. Alright, so we'll power this up. I'll stick an industry generator in here. And now I'm going to leave Mizzy in here. So I want you guys to notice I am currently generating 11 industry per turn. Now what happens is, Mizzy has a wit of 5, and for every 2 wit, she will add 1 more industry for whatever she's operating. I'm going to turn them into a quick select group with by shift selecting them in Control 8. And now if Mizzy has to wait a turn before operating actually functions. That's not Mizzy, that's Golgi, excuse me. Golgi has to wait a turn before operating actually functions. If she leaves the room, she resets, and you have to put her back in and wait a turn. So you have to decide whether your industry values are worth it. Let's see here. Let's try this way. Correct, I was hoping for a major module room. So you'll notice now my industry went from 11 up to 14, so I guess it rounds up. I couldn't remember which way it went. So I'll get 3 extra industry per turn by her operating that. This ends up becoming important eventually. In particular importance is because of the price of modules. Sorry. There we go. In particular importance is because of the price of modules. It gets really expensive to keep investing into more modules as you go. I'm sorry, I know I get distracted while I'm in the middle of fights. I'm trying to keep up my patter here as we chat. Now, each one of these critters, if you'll notice, there's different. Some of them will hunt modules, some of them will hunt heroes. So they have different attack and defense values. But there is no resistances or anything like that built in yet. So it's not like you've got to build laser and electric and concussion because something's immune to one versus another. Let's see, let's go that way. I am a bit haphazard because what I try to do is I try to go 2 doors out from the main room on each board, looking for the science center. So if it seems like I'm a little random in my selections, that's why. Now because that food's up to 3, I just selected everybody and screwed up. You know what, I'm gonna leave Golgi up here. As I said, you have to be careful with what buttons you hit. Q selects everybody. There is an easy access to your controls. And let's see here. I am actually going to remove Q because it's driving me nuts. Which means that basically my anchor key is going to be it. Grave, I think that's called. Because I have a bad habit of hitting that. When I'm trying to hit 2 or 3 or 1, I have a bad habit of hitting Q. Or when I'm trying to go A and W and move around. Alright, so let's go this way. And basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave her in here as a room defender. And she can absorb some waves while I still build up some dust. Alright, let's see. So like here, the tactical HUD, if I build one, all of my heroes get 18% attack power. Mechanical PAL will add 1 wit, now that you know what wit does. These are more important for later when you have shops and you're trying to operate for dust, but they're always helpful, and getting them early doesn't hurt. So as you can see, 1 room, 2 rooms off, I was able to find my science, so it's not completely random. We're gonna, let's see here. I don't want to throw the, actually, so blasters, sea blasters are better on long, narrow rooms rather than fat, wide ones. There's kind of no reason to do that. Dust field generator, just to give her a little help. And we'll support her with a pair of prisoner prods. And we'll come up here. Another steel. Alright, this one... Oh, keep your distance. Wonderful. Basically, all of your heroes are a lot faster. And based on your wit, you give attack power to your modules, like the prisoner prod I just put out. Basically, it's a don't go into melee combat, which is somewhat annoying. I'm looking for another major module spot. Let's try here. Nice, a self-powered room. I don't have to waste any dust on it. So I want to bring up more science. Wow, another one, awesome. And another food replicator. Alright. Yeah, I'm basically ignoring the Stell. It's annoying, it's in my way, and I'm not happy with it. Auto-dock shards are nice. They add health regen to any hero. What ends up happening along the game here, I'll explain in a second. What ends up happening along the game is because you have limited dust and you can't light up all your rooms. Like, right now I could, but I'm actually trying to get more dust by spawning waves and soaking them in. Is you end up creating hero rooms, and these are rooms that have a lot of your defenses or hero boosters in them, so that you don't, so that your heroes have better support. Things like better defense, better offense, healing builds, things of that nature. Alright, let's do some level ups. Let's give her Grim Fairy Tales, which adds to her wit. She also gets a new skill from that. She gets +8 wit for repairing. Repairing is, that really only matters when you're in the middle of fighting and you're trying to build up or repair them in between wave strikes. In between rounds, they repair almost immediately, as long as somebody's got the repair skill. It'll also boost the defense of the modules in the room, which are more important for when you're dealing with those Silic zoners I was talking about, which like to blow them up. So, I'm sitting here babbling and I'm not playing. Sorry about that. Alright, let's take a look at my map. Alright, I'm going to leave this door closed. It's a spare door. I am doing science. I'm almost out of industry, so I'm not going to keep trying to build up industry marks. This is floor 3, so it should go up to about 25 doors. Oh, I got a nail gun. I don't think anybody uses guns, though. No. There we go. I think there's... Nope, Stell's got one more round left in it. Let me see, how much is another industry generator? Because I do have a little time. 45? Yeah, it's going to be a bit. And when I level her up, she gets the repair skill now. So she can repair the pods in here if they get damaged. Let's see, where do I want to go? There's a door over here. We'll go check that out. Alright, so this is a cryo capsule, and you're never quite sure what's going to be in them. To open them up, you right-click them, and it's going to cost me 20 of my industry to activate, and Lord only knows what I'm going to get. I got a bunch of toxin. So toxins slow you down when you're in the room. Like if I start trying to run out of the room, you'll notice that I'm really slow until I get into the next one. And that's really all they do. It should clear in about 5 turns. Well, I certainly can't afford this now. Sometimes you can get food and stuff like that out of them. Now let's go up here. Oh, because I found the cryo capsule, it didn't bother to remind me about the auto-dock shards. Now going from level 3 to 4 is going to cost me 100 science. That's a long way. But I can get a 2-level jump on my mechanical pal right now. We're going to take that. Science is kind of a wonky thing. You do pay extra for going up 2 levels at once, but your primary thing you're fighting with science is usually time, not how much science you actually have. I found some free food. I'm going to leave all 3 of these dark for now. But since I have some spare dust, I'm going to head over here and open that door. Pack map. Yeah, okay, we're done down there. We're done here. Alright. Remember, I want waves. Okay, so that's going to end this one. There's no doors out of here. And there's my exit. Now, at this point, I can choose to leave if I want. If I do, what happens is it will open all of the doors on the board as soon as I grab the crystal, if I have left any doors closed. Now, it opens them up in order. So, like, let's say there's 2 or 3 rooms back behind this. This door will open. It'll wait a moment. The next door will open. It'll wait a moment. Example, and so on and so forth. Once that's done, they're all basically chasing you. So if you end up with a direct beeline, let's say, you know, the exit was here and the crystal was here, you could, in theory, just make a break for it. Under most circumstances, though, you're going to want to farm up your materials for the next floor. And, for example, I want to keep building up my science and things like that. I think I'm out of doors. Ah! A merchant. Excellent. So, merchants can run on any of the 4 resources. Remember, dust is considered a resource. This one happens to work off of science. How annoying. Okay, Mizzy could use some armor and a device. I like to give Mizzy... where is it? Oh, I don't have one. First aid kit, if I can. She prefers to run solo. For example, she's got bad company. Other heroes in the same room have negative 10%. She's alone, she's plus 15. She's got some pretty significant solo abilities. So she's a great explorer. Ah, yes. I can sell stuff I'm not using. So we will sell that for some science and sell that for some science. Let me go take a look at what my science is doing before I make my final buys here. If we take a look at the board, the only door left is the one that I left on purpose. So once I crack that, we're done with this at level. Let's see. Neurostun modules are amazing. You will need them in later boards to slow down critters trying to chase you while you drag your crystal around. They apply a speed reduction to any critter in the room. Incredibly powerful. We'll be getting those. Now that I know how much science I have left. Alright, toothpicks are crappy spears. Happy pills could be useful. I could give this to somebody up front. We'll take the dehydrated water out. Crutchy is a nice weapon. We're going to buy Crutchy. Now I can transfer gear right in this window. I don't have to pop out if I don't want. Oops. Not what I meant to do. There we go. Yeah, we'll buy it. No, I can't buy happy pills. I don't have enough. Actually, at the end of this next turn, I will have enough, as long as the merchant doesn't get himself killed. So we'll come back. Now, I don't have a shop yet, so I can't force him out of the dark room. There is a major module called the shop that will teleport the merchant to it. And if you operate it, like how Golgi is operating this science for extra points, if you operate a shop, you get 1 dust per turn for every 10 wit rounded up. So if you're at 11 wit, you get 2, and so on and so forth. You can see where the mechanical pals start coming into play and becoming important. In the meanwhile, let's get these guys out of back here. Actually, you know what? I think I'll leave Mizzy up here, protecting the merchant. Grab Goldie, or Scroig. We'll go pop the last door. This unlocks my module. Nope, we're good. Okay. No wave spawned. So we'll buy some happy pills. Alright. Now there we go. Like to bring everybody back to the crystal room while I figure out what I'm gonna do. Alright, don't care about whoops. Your center scroll wheel, if you go in and roll it back and forth, will bring you in and out of the attack map as well. Alright, that should give me enough running room. Alright. Let's bring you guys... Let's see. Defend there for the moment. Mizzy, you're slow as dirt. Get up there. Let's see. Well, I'm a little worried about leveling up Scroig or Golgi any further, and the reason is because storylines can kill off characters. So you're kind of playing with fire when you do that. So I just opened up Mizzy another level, and she just picked up Danger Junkie, which gives her +3 speed if she's alone, and +12 attack power if she's alone. Helpful. Now, alright, so right click, grab that, go here, and then up here. And we'll just have Scroid run rear defense for her. And we're all in the room, time to go. So I think we'll cut this episode here, guys, and I will bring you back for the next floor shortly.